Hello and welcome to another episode of Living Out Loud with Ashley Stone. I'm actually standing up for this episode. It took me a little bit to get my life together because I was trying to find a nice background that didn't have anything that wasn't aesthetically pleasing in it. So I hope I did good. Kind of covering up the neighbor's house. So that way I'm not giving it away. But anyway, on this episode, I am going to talk about low vibes, high vibes, and what I learned from my social media detox. I would like to take my glasses off. I think I can participate without my glasses. We'll see. Because normally there's some type of glare. So, first of all, I want to start off this video with just a quick moment of silence. That way I can go ahead and forgive me for moving around all these things on the ground. Excuse me. I'm going to have a moment of silence here, and I'm going to take a few deep breaths before I start. All right, low vibe, high vibe, dopamine detox. Here we go. All right, so I took a couple of month break from YouTube, or not YouTube, but YouTube as well, from Facebook and YouTube. The main reason for this was to dive into my spiritual journey, to really find myself, my purpose, and enlightenment and love and peace within myself. There's the gist of it. Some things happened to where I had to come back on to Facebook so I could assist and go ahead and take over a lot of the Women in Recovery group, which I help run the Women in Recovery group on Facebook as well for addicts. So I mainly am just working in the recovery group and working on my Living Out Loud page. I'm not really scrolling and, looking at people's stuff, getting into the comments. I'm really trying to find that healthy balance, and I think I really have, based on, based on really my daily practices and what I'm doing now. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about how it's changed my life and how when we're in a low vibration that we could raise our vibration. So, all right, vibrations, and I'm still learning a lot, so that's exactly why I created this channel, is to live out loud and just, as I'm learning and to discover things and to tell you all what I'm learning at the time. So, low vibes and high vibes. So, everybody has an aura, an energy field, everything within you is an energy, and you project that out. So everybody knows that negativity spreads just like joy spreads. So with that being said, whenever I did my detox off of Facebook and stopped putting pressure on myself to make content and do videos and really ask myself, well, what do people, would they like this? Would they like that? Am I touching my hair too much? Is the angle right? All those things are kind of important, but I think that I was putting a lot of stressors on myself. And I've been dealing with some health issues lately because I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I was having a lot of female issues. I'll just say that. I have been taking all my vitamins and my supplements and working out and eating good and drinking tons of water and really trying to help myself. So I had to take that detox for myself. So number one, self-care. Because at the end of the day, you can't help or produce anything or enlighten or teach anyone, or even yourself, if you are not taking care of yourself, and, you can't pour from an empty cup. So with that being said, I am back on social media. I'm not going to have a set schedule on content videos. I'm just going to make content whenever I feel led to make content, and taking a lot of the pressure off myself with schedules and stuff like that. So, because I used to make myself, I got to do a video every Friday, blah, blah, blah. Nah, not today, boo. We ain't going to do that pressure today. And isn't it gorgeous outside today? Like, love Texas right now. Loving Texas. I actually loved it my whole life. I've been here. So let's talk about low vibes, man. Okay. So whenever you're in a low vibrational state includes many things like anger, guilt, and shame. You know, all those different things that when you're frustrated and you're in a low, it's just self-explanatory. Whenever you're feeling down in the dumps, that's a low vibration. Like, there you go. And when you're feeling joy and love and happiness and forgiveness and all of those things, that's a higher vibrational, okay? That's basically what it means. So here's a couple of things that I've been doing to help me whenever I feel like I'm going into that low vibe. First of all, I have been meditating every single day. It may not be ideal to stop and meditate while, you know, something is happening that takes you to a low vibe. But just in general, starting my day off with meditation and positive affirmations, meditating in the midday whenever I'm starting to feel frustrated at work, I'll take 5 minutes and just meditate, or meditating, you know, after work. I've been working with crystals and healing and really learning a lot more about the earth and just everything that comes from it that can heal us from the inside out. So that's a whole nother video. But anyway, those are the daily things that I've been really putting into my life to really help myself from maintaining a higher vibration, which I tend to be at a lower vibration at some points because I am human. So whenever we get in a low vibration, we tend to judge ourselves. We tend to say, well, I'm not good enough and I'll never make it and I don't even know why I tried and you know what, I shouldn't even feel this way and blah, blah, blah. All of those negative vibes start coming and you judge yourself. Instead of judging yourself, you can allow yourself to feel. We know, especially if you're in recovery, we have to feel these things. We've spent so many years numbing ourselves. We've spent so many years popping pills and smoking bowls and shooting up or whatever we're doing, or eating food or having sex with strangers or watching porn, whatever you do that soothes you, that is not actually healing you, it's keeping you in a low vibration. So what you allow yourself to do is to feel it. You have to feel it to heal it. So whenever you feel yourself start judging yourself, like so to speak, like whenever you're thinking, you know, I will never be good enough for, I want to do XYZ for a job. I'll never be good enough. I can't even do this job right. What's my deal? If that is your mindset, you have to dig deeper. Obviously, you're triggered by something that's making you think, you're telling yourself a story that you can't succeed, right? So you're automatically in that lower vibration and you're not allowing yourself to really dig deep and really understand why you're feeling this way. So when you're in that low vibe of judging yourself, just take that moment to stop and breathe. And our breath is our home. Breathing techniques are amazing. Changed my whole freaking life, okay? Because that's where you can always come back to is your breath. Thoughts are just the clouds, man. We are the sky. We're constant. These clouds, they're temporary. They're not, I look up right now and they're not going to be in the same spot in 20 minutes or an hour. Maybe not 5 seconds. We're the sky. We're always going to be constant. What happens to us and the thoughts we have and everything are the clouds. And you can just look at them and just let them pass by. Ocean, waves, look at the waves, let the wave ripple down. That is the thought, okay? So at this point, allow yourself to feel it. You have to dig deep and figure out why you feel this way, what has triggered you, and what you need to work on internally. So the next thing that we do when we're on low vibe is distract ourselves with substances. Like I mentioned a while ago, a lot of people will distract themselves with substances, whether it's Facebook, social media in general. It's porn, it's relationships, it's, you know, drugs. It could be anything, drinking, food. Come on now, somebody. Because I know all about that. We can distract ourselves with all kinds of substances. And like I stated before, feeling to healing, okay? So the way you can raise that low vibration is to get into nature. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? That's some woo-ha, hoo-ha, hippie stuff, Ashley. Who are you? Right. I know, right? Who am I? Don't know, figuring that out. But I do know that when we connect with nature, we are connecting back to who we really are and who we have been for centuries. Lifetimes ago, ancestrally, everything, we connect back to the earth. Come outside, take your shoes off, stand in the grass. Go be next to a tree. Hug a tree. Sounds crazy, tree hugger hippie lady. What are you doing? Yes, I'm telling you, it sounds crazy based on our conceptual thoughts of what the world is telling us, but literally, we've gotten sicker. We've gotten sicker here and here because we're connected to things that aren't natural, that aren't organic. Come outside. Just chill outside. Sit down somewhere. Just take your ass outside. Leave your phone inside. I do that often, especially when I get off work. I like to come outside, and if it's dark, I'll sit under the moon, and if it's not, I'll take opportunities to look around at different things and touch the leaves on the tree, look at the beautiful roses, and I'll show you the roses here in a minute. We have a couple that have bloomed. You know, you can find beauty in everything. Like I found this stone just outside, and it's beautiful to me. I love it. Like it's just, it reminds me of like an orange creamsicle, you know? And then you have that moment to really look at it and to be thankful for it and to say, well, the earth made this. Wow. We're connected with this. You're not connected to that negative thought. You're feeling yourself to heal. You're feeling yourself because you are in the world. Because when we are connected with where we come from, we truly, truly find freedom. I notice myself even when I just stay in the house. I'm frustrated. I used to just, do a load of laundry or clean the house. You know, and that's fine. I love to clean, especially when I'm upset. However, am I distracted? I have to ask myself, am I low vibe? I'm low vibing, obviously. But am I distracting myself from feeling right now? Let me go ground myself outside in nature and take a few moments away from everything and everybody and really find myself. That, my friend, helps. The next thing I want to talk about is when we're in low vibe, we tend to blame other people. Oh, Lord, help us all with this. I am definitely a doer of that. I've been a doer of that, blaming other people. Here recently, I've really been learning how to come into myself and really take responsibility for the low vibes that I add to a situation. And I try to make those far and few between. So whenever you find yourself blaming others, just know that you have the ability and the power to respond, not react. There's a difference. When somebody says or does something that triggers you, boom! Respond. React. Which one? What is what? What's the difference? I don't even know. A reaction you can think is a knee-jerk reaction. Like somebody does something, you're like, well, you know, that's a reaction. But when they do something that irritates you, you have that brief moment inside of yourself and you feel that anger or you feel that emotion welling up in you, and you have that choice and that power and that opportunity, and you have the ability to respond. To respond to them. Sometimes your response is no words. Sometimes your response is just walking away. And that's okay. That's okay. That is A-O-freaking-K, okay? And I keep looking over here, and I need to look over here. So the next thing is escaping. Whenever we're in a low vibe, we tend to want to escape. That can also be using of substances and things like that, or just escape the situation and pretend like it never happened. We have to change our environment. So this all boils down to people, places, and things. So was social media serving me? No, it wasn't. Whenever I had a headache or I had a migraine for 2 weeks, 3 months, however long I had a migraine for, pressuring myself for content, pressuring myself to grow this and grow that, and what am I going to do with my future, and what do I really want to be, and how do I get into school do I want to be a drug counselor? Do I want to open a house, a halfway house for women? You know, what am I going to do? And then my kids, and then my husband, and then this and then that, and there it goes. And I'm stuck somewhere that doesn't exist. Right now, here and now, that's all that matters, is right here and now. And we have to change our environment right here and now. When we feel that low vibe, change your environment. So with that being said, I'm pushing like 14 minutes on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. But I'm going to show you this beautiful rose here. Isn't that gorgeous? The rest of the plant, kind of dead. But that flower right there, gorgeous. I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to live out loud, live your truth, and find yourself today. No low vibes, man. And if you do get in that low vibe, vibe it up, vibe it up, vibe it up.